What is up, everybody? Welcome to Collateral Let's Play. I'm Beau Maddox.
I'm Ashley Chancellor.
And I'm Robert Ortegon.
And we are recording this straight from somewhere in South Texas. And welcome to Phoenix Wright Wednesdays. This is a new Let's Play series that we decided to start up because we just love the Ace Attorney series. We love these games, right, Ash?
Yeah, so I fell in love with these games maybe a couple years ago, played through pretty much every one that was available, and I shared it with you maybe this year or last year.
It was a couple of years ago, I want to say, actually.
When you and I played it? Okay.
Yeah, it feels like it's been a couple of years now.
I dragged you into this franchise, and now we're dragging Robert.
Exactly. Yeah, this is Robert's first time playing through.
Popping his cherry, so to speak. That's the thing with Ace Attorney is you play that first case and you get hooked.
Exactly. Yeah, you
Like
just
Judge
get
Judy,
hooked.
Judge Mathis, or
Oh, yeah.
maybe.
No, it's Heart of the Cards, right, Robert?
Yeah, it is.
Heart of the Cards.
So yeah, on Collateral Gaming, we've actually covered the majority of the franchise now. So we did the original Phoenix Wright Trilogy, we did the Apollo Justice Trilogy, we did the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, and the Ace Attorney Investigations Collection. So we've covered most of the games.
Except the furry Phoenix Wright game, which we will play one day.
No, we will not.
Yes, we will.
No, except
Yes.
for Professor Layton versus Phoenix
Is
Wright,
this
which is a great
like
game.
any sort of small claims court? What is it?
Small claims court.
It's usually murder cases, actually.
Yeah, it's all murder mysteries.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
clues.
so the stakes are usually high in a lot of these cases.
Yeah.
You know, it's high stakes stuff.
Crazy.
Yes. So we're going to go ahead and start on the first game in the first case, which is the First Turnabout. Yeah, Robert, all of the case names in this series, it's all a variation on the word turnabout.
Because in Japan, this series is known as Gakuten Saiban, or Turnabout Trial.
Exactly. So it's just kind of a little bit of a shout out to the original.
Yeah.
You know.
All right.
All right, now here we go. We are going to get this started. Let's do this.
Just so everyone knows, these games originally came out in Japan on the GBA, and then when they were ported to the West, they came out on the Nintendo DS originally. But this is a remastered port for modern consoles of the first three games.
Oh no, treachery is afoot, people.
Here we go. No. I was kind of shocked actually when I watched this because I didn't know this series was that dark. I mean, I knew it was about like attorney shit, but
yeah. Now this time around we're going to actually see the culprit here. This is Frank saw it, I would believe, right?
Yeah. And they do that usually in like the tutorial case of each game is they'll go ahead and show you the culprit so that, you know, because it's a tutorial. So it's kind of like, hey, when you see this guy pop up on the witness stand later, you already know, like, that's the guy I'm trying to track down. But later cases don't show you the culprit and you have to figure it out yourself.
Exactly. I mean, they might kind of telegraph who the culprit might be a little bit. You might be able to at least infer, but... Yeah. Usually, it's the first case that you see the actual culprit in the beginning. Now, August 3rd, 9:47 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 12.
Number 2.
Number 2. Damn it! Where did I see that extra 1?
You're good.
Or the extra 10 spot? Boy, am I nervous. Right. Uh-oh.
Oh shit! It's Tits McGee.
Oh, it is Mia Fey. How you doing, Mia?
Ooh.
Damn. Yeah, she is
Damn.
she is the shit, man. Like all the way through and through, and yeah, you'll see a little in another case what happens to her in the next case. So, phew, I'm glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you and your client as well. Thanks. Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. A favor? You mean you knew the defendant before the case? Yes. Actually, I kind of owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much.
Okay, and I'll do the butts.
Oh, yeah.
It's over! My life, everything, it's all over.
So sorry, it's over.
Stupid.
Sorry.
I don't know. I think Larry wouldn't be all that out of place in Simple Plan or something like that, right?
Tom DeLonge it up for a second.
I'm pretty sure Larry Butts is Tom DeLonge, probably. I don't know. Yeah, it's him. That's him. Yep. The idiot screaming over there. That's him.
Death, despair. Oh, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna die.
Oh God, so goddamn melodramatic. My
Damn,
God.
yeah, it's a lot of that.
It sounds like he wants to die.
Guys, I think something smells.
Yeah.
Nick.
Dun, 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 dun. Now, the music in this series, though,
So good.
fantastic.
And the first game has my favorite soundtrack in the series, actually.
Absolutely. I mean, this has like some of the tightest compositions in the series, like probably next to Great Ace Attorney.
Yeah.
But I mean, apparently they were originally chip tunes, and this is a complete remix and remaster.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Hey there, Larry.
Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell them I'm guilty.
God damn it, motherfucker! We're trying to help you here. What are you doing?
Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die.
What? What's wrong, Larry?
Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. Finished. I can't live in a world without her. I can't.
Oh my
I
God.
believe in the thing called love. Death was another man in your heart. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this?
Aw, Nick.
Aw, Nick, you gotta tell me. Who took my baby away?
Social services?
The person responsible for your girlfriend's death? The newspapers say it was you, motherfucker. It was you
motherfucker.
you idiot. That's what we're here for, Larry. God damn it, Larry. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one.
Very first case as an attorney.
Very first case ever, yeah.
Defending his best friend.
A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her.
Oh.
Larry
Butts.
Oh,
Larry
God.
Butts.
My best friend since grade school.
Looks more like a Chad.
Oh, no. I mean, I guess he is. I mean, he's always with a different
Chad
woman.
means something very different to me
And,
than it means to you.
Yeah,
and he's not a Chad.
Not a Chad.
Yeah. When something smells, it's usually the butts.
It's usually the butts.
It is always the butts,
What I'm
people.
saying is, it looks like his name could be Chad.
No, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
I don't know.
In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say, though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart.
Does he drive a Volkswagen Beetle? He's probably a serial killer.
I don't know. I wouldn't put it past Larry to drive a VW Beetle or something
And he's
like
some
that.
sort of VW.
Right. That's why I own one, which is why I took the case, to clear his name. And that's just what I'm going to do. All right, here we go. No investigations yet in these tutorial cases.
Yeah, the first case of every game is just going to be strictly courtroom based.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then this is going to be more. This is a like visual novel adventure gameplay, is the way that it's described.
Damn.
So unfortunately, Robert, yeah, you're gonna have to do a lot of reading here. And here we go. All right.
Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm a little nervous.
Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness.
Uh-oh. Let me do a little adjustment there. Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright, who was in Paris?
No, we're not answering that. We're not answering that. Robert. No.
Hey, Little Tango in Paris. I don't know.
Last Tango in Paris, you mean?
Last Tango in Paris. There you go.
Fucking Brando.
Brando.
I have that movie down there, actually.
Hell, I want to see that. Bring that out.
Gulp. Hands shaking. Eyesight fading.
The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case.
What's the name of the defendant, Robert?
I don't remember.
The guy.
Larry Butts.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Larry Butts.
Bring out Larry Butts.
The defendant? Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor.
Correct.
Bring his ass out.
Bring his ass
I
out
want to see
now.
what he has to fucking say. He's a little shifty.
Correct. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question.
This is a murder trial. Tell me, what's the victim's name?
Phew. I know this one. I read the case report cover to cover so many times.
Yeah, I mean, all day long.
It's... Wait. Uh-oh. No. No way. I forgot. I'm drawing a total blank here.
Ooh.
Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name? Oh, the victim. Of course, I know the victim's name.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Totally.
He's just completely having a brain fart, brain freeze or whatever.
He's nervous. That's what
He's
it is.
very nervous.
Yeah, you caught me with a mental fart.
Yeah. I think I feel migraine coming on. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record.
This is all just an excuse to show us how to work the game's
Yes,
mechanics.
and this-
You better get this right. It'd be a mistrial, dude.
So yeah, this right here is our evidence. We accrue that over time in each case. And if you hit R1, we can also see the profiles, and we have the victim right here, Cindy Stone. There's Winston Payne. Yeah, Robert, you get the joke there, Winston Payne.
He winced in
Winced
pain.
in pain.
He has a brother named Gaspin Payne.
Gasp in pain.
We'll play Max Payne later.
There we go. Okay, so yes, her name is Cindy Stone. Remember to check off and do it for me, please. I'm begging you. I did it.
Mr. Wright, who is the victim in this case? It's Cinderblock.
Cinderblock. Cindy Stone. The victim's name is Cindy Stone.
Correct.
Correct, sir.
Now tell me, what was the cause of death? She died because she was...
Hit with a blunt object. We
let's
saw
check
that.
the court record.
Strangle. What's the
Loss of blood due to blunt trauma.
Due to blood trauma, right there. Exactly.
So, hit with a blunt object.
Ooh,
She was struck once by blunt object.
a dumbbell or something?
Oh no, we have the murder weapon here in court. We'll
They
see
showed
here in
it
a
very
second.
briefly in the opening, but
She was
it's kind of
struck
hard
once?
to tell what it is, probably.
Yeah, correct.
You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure.
Well then,
Master
First,
Woshi.
a question for the prosecution. Mr. Payne,
Yes, Your Honor.
as Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what the object was?
The murder weapon was this statue of the Thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim.
I see. The court accepts it into... No, just wait until you hear him say objection. His voice sounds just like that.
Exactly, it
It's
does.
shrill.
Holy shit.
Statue is added to the court
So
record.
this is the murder weapon.
Yes.
It's a statue in the shape of the Thinker.
Take note of it, Robert.
Yeah, Ash, you do that all the time on Facebook, right? You're just like off to the side, like a Creed album, right?
When arms wide open.
Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. Yes, we can... Now, in some of the later games, you can actually closely inspect the evidence. Like
look
up
at
close,
it from any angle. They have like a 3D examiner.
Unfortunately, we don't really have that mechanic in this game, so we just got to go off of the info that is listed right there.
Some documents are going to have more information when you click on them. Or,
Exactly,
Or you
yeah.
can open up pictures to look at them.
Exactly. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Use the R1 button to check the court records frequently.
Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness.
The prosecution calls the defendant Mr. Butts to the stand. Chief, what do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready.
Yeah, this is where we're actually going to start getting into like the gameplay
Exactly.
aspect of it.
Let's hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Uh-oh. Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad. No, this is going to be very bad. Oh,
It's the
Larry,
butts.
it's the butt.
Ahem. Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you?
Oh my god, I'm sorry.
Hey, watch it, buddy. We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Anthony.
I don't. Those are all tragic romances. That's not what you want to emulate, Larry.
I wasn't dumped. She just wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me ever.
Was she even your girlfriend, Larry? God damn it, Larry.
Who knows nowadays, right?
What's it to you anyway? This guy's, he kind of reminds me of me a little bit because he's always on to some new girl every time you
Oh
see
my
him.
God. Yeah, no, that's totally you, bro. Right?
He's
Hey,
obsessed with this with a new girl.
I
And
sort of do that too.
Yeah.
But then it's, you gotta think about yourself.
True enough.
true enough.
Mr. Butts, what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men.
Damn.
She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder.
I ain't saying she a gold digger. Okay, maybe we should speak to the dad.
Stupid.
What do you mean, one of them? Lies, all of it lies. I don't believe a word of it.
Damn it, Larry. I just want to smack him upside the head.
Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died.
Who was in Paris?
This is what I have to deal with all the time,
Paris.
ladies and gentlemen. All the fucking time. The victim apparently arrived home from Paris on 7:30, the day before the murder. In July. Great. All right.
Indeed, she appears to have returned the day before the murder. Dude, no way.
Bro!
The victim was a model, but he did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies.
Daddies? Sugar?
Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle.
Holy shit. You sound like Randy, bro.
Oh, yeah.
That's brilliant, though.
I told you.
We can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butts.
No, I ain't saying she a gold digger.
Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now? Right. I don't think you want him to answer that question.
Yeah. Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I?
Okay, so what should we do, Robert? Should we wait and see what happens, or should we stop him from answering?
We'll see what happens. Let's press this motherfucker.
I don't think that. No, if you want to press him.
We'll get an opportunity to go through assessment. Remember, we know who the culprit is already, so it's not Butts.
Wait to see what happens. Let's stop him from answering me. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to this case.
Oof. Yeah.
Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? That cheating she-dog? I'm gonna die! I'm just gonna drop dead! Yeah, and when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this!
Wow. Wow. God damn it. Shut the fuck up, Larry.
Let's
Damn it.
continue with the trial, shall we?
I believe the accused motive is clear to everyone.
Yes, quite.
Oh boy. This is not looking good.
Yeah, so it actually doesn't matter what you do. Butts is always gonna interject.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty
He
much.
wants to create a mistrial. I see this. What's happening?
Something like that.
It's a tactic.
Yeah.
Next question.
I
went to
don't
the
know
vi-
if Larry's that smart.
No, he's not cunning enough to.
What you do is you keep firing the lawyers that they give you, and that creates the mistrial too.
Isn't that pretty much the Trump approach?
That'll stretch you for like 7 to 10 years if you keep firing and delaying your trial dates.
So yeah,
and your
basically
sentencing.
basically the Trump approach.
Yeah, if you're smart enough, you'll do that for like 10 years until they get your ass. You know,
God.
eventually they will get you.
Okay, you went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Well, did you or did you not?
Well, maybe I did, and maybe I didn't.
Uh-oh. He went. What do I do?
All right, should we have him answer honestly, or should we stop him from answering?
What do you think, Robert?
Let's have him answer honestly.
All right, he's got nothing to hide, right?
Right.
We got nothing to
right?
hide. We're all here, right?
Yeah. Let's do
Looking
it.
good. We're all suited up, right?
I know. I'll send him a signal.
The bat signal.
Tell the truth.
Yeah,
I was there.
I went.
You're under oath. But people lie under oath.
Order. Well, Mr. Butts. Dude, chill. She wasn't home, man, so, like, I didn't see her.
Objection! Your Honor, the defendant is lying.
Lying?
The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Butts is lying.
Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness?
The man who found the victim's body, just before making the gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime.
Did you hear Payne's voice objection? Because I didn't.
I didn't hear it.
Check the options real quick. Hit options. Make sure that sound effects... Well, no, sound effects are on. We can turn the sound effects up. Let's do that.
Yeah, let's turn the sound effects up a little bit.
Yeah.
We'll keep the background music the same. We'll keep it there. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe I should go ahead and save real quick.
Yeah, might as well. We're about to hit a testimony, so...
Turnabout. Let's just overwrite that.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, Robert. Actual gameplay now.
Saving content.
Order in
Pokemon
the court. What?
My Pokemon deck. Or my pocket or my color. Where is it?
This motherfucker. This motherfucker.
I think I got my color out somewhere. Okay.
Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness.
Yes, Your Honor.
This is bad.
On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Sawit to the stand.
This motherfucker right here.
This son of a bitch. Probably
Mr. Sawit, you sell newspaper subscriptions. Is this correct?
Robert, why don't you do a voice?
You guys have this down already, like a script?
Oh, yes. Newspapers. Yes.
Mr. Sawit, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. All right, here we go. First testimony.
All right, here we go. Witness testimony. Let's see what this dude has to
Pay
say.
attention to each statement, and we'll get a chance to comb through these and cross-examine it in a minute.
I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw the man fleeing an apartment.
I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 o'clock p.m. The man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there. Okay.
So the idea with these testimonies, and they'll explain this in a bit, is you're looking for a contradiction.
Exactly.
Something in their statement that doesn't agree with the evidence.
Yes. So yeah, we're going to be switching through the court record and looking at every one of his statements, and we're going to try to suss out what he's lying about.
So, what I want to know is, can we capture Digimon with Pokeballs? I just want to know.
No, I think first we got to get Shinji in the fucking robot. That's what we need to do.
And I think you need to go Super Saiyan to do that.
That's
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
been in my mind for years.
Yeah, and then use the Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
All three of them with the Dark Magician.
Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that.
Can we capture Digimon?
Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working?
Dude, come on. It's brilliant. It's a brilliant question. Can we do it?
Whoops. Oh, damn it. Hold on 1 second.
That's been on my mind for years, though.
Can it be
Stupid.
done?
Oh, my God.
Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building.
Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout?
Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sawit used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal.
Another item added to the court record. Now, this is important. Electricity to Miss Stone's building was out from noon to 6 p.m. on the day of the crime. Remember that.
Yeah, there was no electricity when all this went down.
From noon to 6.
From noon to 6, exactly. Now, Mr. Wright. Yes. Yes, Your Honor.
You may begin your cross-examination.
Cross-examination, Your Honor?
All right, Wright. This is it. The real deal.
What exactly am I supposed to do? Why, you expose the lies in the testimony and the witness just gave. Lies? What? He was lying? Your client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied in the testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Now let's take a look at the evidence. We have a passport right here, and the victim arrived home from Paris on July 30th.
The day before the
Day
murder.
before the murder. Electricity to Miss Stone's building was out from noon to 6 p.m. on the day of the crime.
Go look at the autopsy report to... Okay.
Time of death.
Time of death was 4 p.m. to 5 p.m.
Now, that doesn't add up, right?
Yeah.
Time of death.
Because
and where he was
didn't
at.
Mr. Sawit mention a time in his testimony?
Yeah. So how would he have known what the time was?
Not even that. It just doesn't line up.
It doesn't line up at all. Yeah. I mean, she died between 4 and 5 p.m.
Yeah.
4 and 5.
Yeah, but
Where was he at?
he was in the apartment. He was in her apartment.
He
Time of
claims he
death?
was there at 1 p.m.
1 p.m.
We'll go through the testimony again.
Time of death.
Yeah.
And
So that doesn't line up at all.
No, not even in the slightest.
We've already found our contradiction.
Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There is bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find contradictions between the court record and the witness testimony. Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face.
it'd be easier with a pacemaker because the time stops and the heart rate.
Right.
I've seen it.
Okay. Open the court record with the R1 button, then point out contradictions in the testimony. All right, we already did that. We already figured out what was going on. All right, now, cross-examination.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him.
But by the way, we should not need to press at all during this case.
No.
Yeah.
No, we don't really need to press.
So we won't introduce. They don't even really introduce that mechanic yet. You can do it, but it's not in the tutorial
Yeah,
because this
it's-
case doesn't need to press.
No. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 o'clock p.m.
That doesn't line up because what time did she die?
She died between 4 p.m. and 5 p.m.
And he claims he found the body at 1 p.m.
So,
and witnessed the murder.
what we're going to do is we're going to present evidence.
She died at 1.
Objection!
You found the body at 1 p.m. You're sure? Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain.
She died between 4 and 5.
Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death as sometime after 4 p.m. There was no body to find at 1 o'clock p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap?
Yeah, there's a little time in between.
No, it doesn't add up at all.
That's enough time to clean up and plant evidence and tamper with evidence.
That. Oh.
Now this motherfucker should look familiar to you.
Yeah, remember from the beginning? This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time.
After his testimony, I find that hard to believe.
Nope.
Mr. Sawit, why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.?
Gee, that's a really good question. Great job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See through one, and their whole story falls apart. Wait. I remember now.
Would you care to give your testimony again? All this fucking perjury.
Yeah, see, when you change your story, come on, how are we gonna believe you?
Exactly, right? Right? All right, time of discovery. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. Now remember that. Heard the time.
How do you hear time?
Well, I mean, other than an alarm, but I mean, that's more for
other
a,
than you're
for a
waking
timer.
up. Other than you're waking up at 4 or 5.
But how could you have heard the time? That's already odd, right?
Yup.
There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the
Could
television.
that have come from the television?
Could it have come from the television? Because remember,
That phone.
Remember.
What else?
there was no,
Blackout
there was a
Records.
blackout.
Blackout Records. Mm-hmm. There was a blackout at the time of death,
Exactly.
so you could definitely cover up a murder.
Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. That's why I thought it was 1 o'clock p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. Bullshit.
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 I see. You heard a voice saying the time on a taped program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
This seems sketchy as shit. Yeah.
Right. You know what to do.
It's like drug use too, right? Like
I've got this one.
John Holmes shit, right? Right,
Right,
Where
exactly.
he's just lying through his fucking ass.
No,
like a-
just
like a
completely
liar.
lying and
It's like,
bullshitting.
dude, I don't believe what the fuck you're saying. Like,
No, not at
Just
all.
look at this motherfucker.
No, come on. You can't trust
This guy
that.
does not look like someone you can trust.
yeah, dude.
Okay, you see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. But it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. That's why I thought it was 1 o'clock p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. Notice anything suspicious?
Yup.
You see, when I found the body, I heard the time.
Could he have heard it from the television?
Could he have? Because there's just no way.
Yup.
Hold it right there. The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. And this record proves it. You couldn't have heard a television or a video. Uh-oh. Yeah.
The defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sawit?
No, I find it quite puzzling myself, quite. Wait, I remember now.
Mr. Sawit, the court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility.
Uh-oh.
Yep, we got this worm caught, don't we?
Yeah, now you notice that his body language is changing, right?
The way, yeah.
Everything's perspiring. Look at this shit.
Yep, he's starting to sway a
Oh,
little
yeah.
faster.
And you seem rather distraught.
My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body.
Very well, Mr. Sawit.
Plus you have
Let's hear your
social.
testimony once more, please.
Plus you have social anxiety, right? Or like
Yeah.
I do, but
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, lying motherfucker.
All right, hearing the time. Okay, explain yourself, asshole. Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? But was there?
Yeah.
Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw.
You saw a clock? I guess that would explain it. But he's saying the murder weapon was a clock. We know what the murder weapon is. Is that a clock?
The Statue of David,
No, it's the thinker, not David.
the thinker, not David.
Yeah, Statue of David, that's a different one.
Could have been David.
It could have.
It was in Italy, Greek.
No,
Greece.
it could have been like the bust off of
Yeah.
Macintosh Plus.
Yeah, dude. Like,
All right.
Defense may cross-examine the witness.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Gladly. All right, let's bring this motherfucker home.
bring it home.
Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it.
He saw it.
There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't
Rick
there?
saw it.
Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw. Now, find the contradiction.
Yeah, okay, so he's claiming that the murder weapon was a clock. Do we have any evidence to support that at this time?
Wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon.
Is Is that a clock, Robert?
It doesn't look like a clock to me.
It doesn't look like a clock, right?
It doesn't look like
It could
one.
be a piggy bank. You put your change in it.
It could be.
Is it actual size?
to be fair.
You're not far off, actually.
No. I had a Barney piggy bank and a Batman piggy bank.
Wait just a moment.
Whoa.
The murder
Whoa.
weapon wasn't a clock. It was the statue.
Whoa.
Now, how is this supposed to be a clock? What? You with your objections and your evidence.
This is-
Just who do you think you are?
This is some sort of sundial, right? It'd be a clock.
Just answer the question, Mr. Saw It. Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock. Your Honor, if I may,
Yes, Mr. Payne.
as witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock.
Well, the
The
prosecution
neck is a
says
switch.
it's a clock.
You just tilt it and it says the time out loud.
I was gonna say that tilted.
As it doesn't look like a clock, I submitted it as a statue. My apologies.
God damn it, so he's right, it is a clock.
It's a clock. Like a sundial?
So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock.
I'm like,
Do you have any problems with this testimony
it's a
now?
statue, a clock, whatever, dude. You know what I mean? Whatever. He fucking hit him with it,
right?
dude.
Even if it is a clock, do we have a problem with his testimony?
Yes, we do. Yes, there is a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand.
Yeah, how the fuck did you know it was a clock then?
Yeah, yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. How did he know that that was a clock?
It only tells the time whenever you hit the switch.
Whoa.
Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he went into the apartment, right?
He had to at least be in the apartment.
Yes.
the
There's no
apartment.
way he could have heard that it was a clock unless he was there.
Or knew the victim.
Yeah, exactly.
One or two scenarios right there.
But which one's more likely? He went into the
Went
apartment,
into the
right?
apartment.
Yeah.
He went into the apartment and he knew it was a clock automatically.
Exactly. Yeah. He. That's the only way he could have known that that was a clock. You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. What? Oh yeah. Prove it.
So
Prove
this
I
is-
went in there.
So this would be first degree murder charges then.
Pretty much. Yeah. This would be first degree murder.
This is predetermined first degree murder.
exactly.
They knew what the-
premeditated practically.
They knew what they were doing.
Exactly. Oh yeah? Prove it. Prove I went in there. I'll do better than that. I can prove you're the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard.
Yep. That's how he knew it was a clock. Because he used it to hit the victim.
Exactly.
Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, by finding the real culprit, we therefore acquit our client.
Exactly.
Once we know who actually committed the murder, we know our client couldn't have done it.
Mr.
That's
Salt.
the approach that Ace Attorney takes.
This
in
could
most of
almost
these
be like a
cases.
mistrial at any moment. I see this.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But we're not going for a mistrial. We're going for a straight not guilty verdict.
Yeah, mistrials can delay a trial for like years in actual court, you know?
But yeah, that's one thing that all Ace Attorney cases have in common is that you don't fully acquit your client until you figure out who actually committed the murder.
Exactly. Yeah.
So you almost play a detective in a sense with these as well as an attorney.
Exactly. Mr. Salt, the sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about it about the time. Objection! There, did you hear that?
Yeah.
What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture. Baseless? Just look at the witness's face.
Baseless would be all
Would the
what do you
witness
call
care
that?
to elaborate?
What did he call that too? Circumstantial evidence.
Circumstantial, yes.
It's like you can't really try somebody else as circumstantial. It's all just idea.
Oh, this court system is kind of fucked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this isn't like a normal court system.
Normal
here.
justice system. Like
They have
Yeah.
to resolve everything within 3 days, for one, and for two, it seems like it's almost always stacked against the defense.
Yeah, it's practically almost guilty until proven innocent.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, you're right. It should be the
Yeah.
other way.
Exactly.
And there's
But-
no jury in at least most of the games. The
Either way,
exception being the Great Ace Attorney
Either
and
way-
Apollo Justice.
Either way, now, dude, they just want to bury you. They want a conviction.
Oh, of course.
You know?
Yeah. Yep.
because they got to solve it in 3 days, so they're trying to stick
Yeah.
it to the most likely
Yeah.
suspect as quickly
That's
as possible.
fucked up.
Did you
though.
strike the victim with
You
the
can
clock?
just put the wrong guy in jail, though, right?
And there's the issue of forged evidence raised in
Yeah.
this series.
Exactly. Yeah. Forged evidence and corrupt prosecution.
It's man, you could, dude.
Did you strike the victim with the clock?
That day, I never. Look, the clock. I heard no. I mean, I saw. Oh shit! We just got a face full of toupee. Shut up! I hate you. It was him. I tell you, I saw him. He killed her, and he should burn. Burn! Give him death.
Order in the court, I say.
Your Honor, a moment, please.
You guys keep
There
going.
isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims.
Mr. Wright,
Your Honor,
you claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence?
the whole case is riding on this. I'd better think it through carefully. Your Honor, the sound Mr. Solid heard was definitely this clock. The fact which is clear if you simply...
So we can examine the clock batteries, ask the neighbor, or try sounding the clock in court.
Okay. Oh, I guess Robert's got to urinate. No, we're going to make it clear, Robert. Should we just wait a second?
I mean... Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. We can just talk a little more about Ace Attorney and everything. Yeah. But, I mean, yeah, so far, these tutorial cases, I mean, they always do a really, really great job of really introducing everything you really need to know, at least on a basic level.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it was one of the more effective tutorials in games, honestly.
Yes, and every game does not assume that you've played the series before, so every game starts with a tutorial case, but in my opinion, this is the best tutorial case. I think it's just simple enough, and it contains just enough of the core elements that it really will hook you into the franchise.
Absolutely.
I mean, even going so far as the fact that it just kind of teases some of the mechanics, doesn't get into the full stuff, like, you can press during the testimony, but it's not required, so that's another option that you have during witness testimonies, is the ability to press in order to get more information if there's not a clear contradiction.
And you got to use your pressing kind of strategically, you know, in some cases. You know, sometimes you're going to have limits put on how much you can press.
Very rarely, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes, I mean, if the witness is maybe of a delicate nature, more or less,
Or particularly talkative.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, there's some instances where you just don't want to really go into the witness's testimony that hard, you know? You just don't want to.
Yeah.
But anyway, it looks...
sometimes pressing the witness might not be good for your case. That being said, you're not usually going to be penalized for it, but I kind of try to roleplay this series a little bit. Like,
exactly.
I want my lawyer protagonists to be as competent as possible.
Absolutely. I mean, that's why we usually kind of do whatever we can to get the best outcomes.
Yeah, you'll notice during this playthrough, we're unlikely to actually make a mistake. There is a health bar. So if you present the wrong evidence or answer questions wrong too many times, you'll lose health.
It's
credibility is what they call it, actually.
Yeah, it's closer to credibility. So should we examine the clock's batteries? Obviously, we don't want to ask the neighbors. So it's either examine the clock's batteries, try sounding the clock. What should we do here?
Probably the bottom one, right?
Yeah.
Try sounding the clock? Yeah, that's the most reasonable thing. Let's sound the clock now, here in this court.
I think it doesn't even look
Your
like
Honor,
a clock.
may I have the clock?
It doesn't.
Ask the courts to listen very carefully.
But this is how the clock works.
Right, listen.
It's like a paperweight.
I think it's 8:25.
That certainly is a strange way to announce the time.
Well, he is the thinker, after all.
So, we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright?
Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now? It's 11:25. As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Solid heard and the actual time of death.
Yours.
So,
That
Mr.
proves
Solid,
it.
try to talk your way out of this one. You forgot one thing. Uh-oh, what's he talking about now? While it may seem like the clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing. how do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case.
So we have to prove it was running 3 hours slow that day.
Any other clocks in the house?
Well, let's take a look. Let's remember the circumstances of that day.
Passport.
Electricity
Blackout
to Miss Stone's
records.
building was out from noon to 6 p.m. on the day of the crime.
Noon
That's
to
one thing. Also,
6. That can establish the time of
she had
death.
just arrived from home from Paris.
Exactly. Yeah, she had just arrived home. So that's the only way that would have worked.
Establish the time of death here.
He's right.
We
How
know
am I
the
gonna
time of
prove
death,
that?
but yeah, we need to prove
Damn it.
that
The
that-
exact hour.
Exactly.
Well, we need to
exact
prove
hour.
that at that time, Mr. Sawit heard the time 3 hours off.
Exactly.
3 hours.
Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim.
Yes, Your Honor.
This means I cannot let you indict the witness. Unfortunately, this ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Sawit.
I come all the way down here to testify, and look what happens.
How do we prove that it was running 3 hours slow the day of the murder?
Yeah, see, with a gap, it could be anybody.
You lawyers are all slime. Grr. I
That's
almost had
That's
it.
what he's trying to do.
Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now.
Holy shit.
Not so fast, Mr. Sawit.
Oh, Mia to the rescue.
Chief. Listen up, right? Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think. But Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Well, yes. But that doesn't mean that you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow?
This is the key here. This is turning your thinking around.
Yeah.
Rather than thinking, how do I prove
Joe
that
Pesci.
the clock was 3 hours slow?
Definitely Cousin Vinny shit.
Yeah, it is.
Why was the clock 3 hours slow? We
Why-
need to answer that. If we have evidence that can prove why the clock was slow,
Are you sure?
And the key to that evidence is going to mainly be the passport and the blackout report. That's mainly what we're going to be looking at here.
Passport.
yeah, consider this. What happens when you travel abroad, Robert? Is the time the same?
Usually it's an hour forward or back. Oh.
Yeah, usually there's a time difference there, right? If you travel out of the country,
Yeah.
That's an interesting point.
figure out the reason, and you'll have your proof. Right? Right? Can you think of a reason as to why the clock would be 3 hours slow? We pretty much kind of sussed it out already. Wait. Maybe I could prove it. You must have evidence somewhere that could prove it, right? Find it and let them have it.
Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim?
I'm gonna go ahead and save real quick.
Noise.
Okay, wait. First out, this is the one right here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I just had to find the file real quick.
Have you found evidence to support this claim?
Of course. There is a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt. Ha! Tough words. Let's see you pull this one off.
Let's see this evidence that proves why the clock was running slow.
The victim apparently arrived home from Paris on 7:30.
Yep.
That has to be right, because
time difference.
7:30.
take that. The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 o'clock p.m. here, it's 1 o'clock a.m. the next day here. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow; it was 9 hours fast.
Oh, it's an international flight?
Yeah, it was international. So
Okay.
he
She
went
went
over
to
the-
Paris.
Yep.
Huge time difference.
Went to
Yeah.
Paris.
And these games, by the way, in the localization take place in Los Angeles,
Yes.
by the way. But in the original Japanese version, they take place in Japan. So they made some differences. I believe the time difference was actually different in the Japanese version because it would be the time difference between Japan and Paris. And,
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's long in between. It's a long flight.
and all the characters actually have Japanese names. Like Phoenix's name is Ryuichi Naruhoro.
The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Sawit?
Or should I say Mr. Did It?
Mr. Did It.
Mr. Did It.
Mr. I was gonna say the other one, but
Oh,
Mr.
no.
Mr. did it. Okay.
Mr. Diddy?
Whoa, you did it for me.
Oh, no.
Thank you. Damn, I rubbed off on you. Thank God.
We gotta present the baby oil.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Oof.
Ooh, I'm gonna go further with that. Actually, it's probably gonna fuck up my whole profile.
Order, I say.
Order, Master Woshi. Where are the Pokeballs?
Well,
Where's my father?
this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness.
Since you kind.
He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor.
Party on.
Very well. Mr. Wright,
Yes, Your Honor.
I have to say I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so
Dude.
quickly
He's got like
and find the
hedgehog
true
hair.
culprit at the same time. He does.
He does. He has Sonic the
It's
Hedgehog hair.
hedgehog. I love that shit, dude.
Fucking A, man. Fucking A.
In a way, it's a kind of an unconventional way of acquitting your client, but it's the way that every case operates.
Pretty much.
By finding the true culprit, you prove that your client didn't actually do it.
Exactly. Thank you, Your Honor.
At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts,
Here it is. Here it is.
Larry's butts. What's wrong?
Not guilty.
Ooh,
Not guilty.
not guilty.
he fucking did it. He got away with murder.
And with that, this court is adjourned.
And that's how Dexter got on his ass.
It turns out that Frank Saw It was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Saw It let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Saw It grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find, and then wham! Just like that. August 3rd, 2:32 p.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 2. Ah, yes, the ending theme for every case. Phew, I still can't believe we won.
Trying to stop.
Right, good job in there.
Ooh.
Congratulations. Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. Not at all, not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note. I've never seen the Chief looking this happy. If she's this glad,
Damn.
imagine how Larry must feel.
My life is over!
Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now?
Aw, Nick! Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon.
Whoa.
Oh, what the fuck?
Whoa, bro. Whoa.
Damn, bro. Good. Wait, no. I mean, bad. Bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed.
But my Cindy Wendy's gone, man. Gone forever.
Dude, they can't retry you
Larry,
for that.
she was
for the same case.
No, they can't.
Nope.
Legally, you can't retry
There
somebody.
is one case that gets into that,
Yeah.
where you end up acquitting someone and of a crime, but they can't be retried later on that same crime.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a whole thing. That's a whole justice system thing. Yeah.
Yep,
There's a case
exactly.
that actually gets into that.
You can't retry somebody for the same crime.
Congratulations, Harry. Harry?
She called him Harry.
Yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts innocent.
Harry Butts. Thanks. I really owe you one. I won't forget this ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner, movie, my treat.
Pokemon?
This motherfucker.
Yu-Gi-Oh?
Oh, no, I couldn't. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook.
Look at that soul patch. It looks like shit.
Oh, hey.
Here. Oh, no.
Here, take this. It's a present.
A present? For me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that...
Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me.
Really?
You switched
You?
them.
You
He
made
made
this?
Switch the doll.
Damn. Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento.
Yo, Nick. Can you believe it? I was so into that chick. And she was just playing me for a fool. Don't that make you want to just cry?
Larry. Are you so sure?
Squeeze me?
I think she thought quite a lot of you in her own way.
Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me. It's okay.
Oh, I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him?
Oh, a lot of being put on the spot.
Oh, yeah, right. What the heck is she talking about?
Right.
What proves that she still cared about him in some way?
Being put on the spot by a chick that
Now,
just, I don't know.
Now remember this right here.
That was a clock that Larry made for her, apparently.
So there's two of them, huh?
There's two of them.
Mm-hmm.
She switched them at birth? What the hell?
No.
But the fact that she had the clock still, and he gave it to her.
Mm-hmm.
That can create a mistrial, tamper with evidence. Yeah.
Not only that, but she took it with her to Paris and changed the
Yeah,
time, so
that's
she was using it.
It's
Yeah,
definitely
she was using
tampering
it.
with
So
evidence right
no,
there.
it's not any
No,
tampering.
there's no evidence tampering.
It's
We've already
not
solved it.
tampering. Yeah. No.
Okay.
I mean, the case is over.
But if there's
We're
two
just-
of them,
We're just trying to make him feel a little better about
Yeah,
himself.
there's two of them, but that doesn't really play into anything in this case.
Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her. Huh? What about that clock? This is the clock you made for her, Larry. And she took it with her when she traveled.
Whatever. She probably just needed a clock, that's all.
You think
She
so?
even changed the time in Paris,
Most
so
people
obviously...
It's a
do
pretty
need
heavy
clocks.
clock to take traveling.
Most people do need clocks when they wake up.
But that
Well,
one specifically, which is
make-
a little unconventional.
Just
Make
for
of
the,
it what you will.
just for the alarm, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You gotta set the alarm to wake up, right?
Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks.
Hope that made him feel a little better.
Vinny. Joe Pesci.
Right? I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People, too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself.
I don't know, you gotta throw all the facts in front of a judge and jury. And sometimes
In this case, though, what's important is that
mostly the
you
jury.
always believe in your client.
Exactly.
That's
Exactly.
Phoenix's thing. Phoenix doesn't take a case unless he believes in the
a
client.
jury can take like 3 days to come out with a verdict. They have to come out with the same verdict.
But
too,
there's no
right?
jury in this
No jury?
in this trial
No.
system.
Okay.
No.
It's based off of Japan's trial system, actually.
Crazy.
Truth be told.
Nice.
Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never.
So Ace Attorney kind of takes place in an alternate universe. This is how the localization team explained it. In the West, it takes place in Los Angeles, in a sort of Japanifornia, where certain immigration laws weren't passed, and so Japan has a much bigger presence in California.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's kind of the take. But remember, like I said, originally the games just took place in Japan, but in the localized version, they take place in a Los Angeles that has a huge Japanese influence and kind of like an alternate universe.
Exactly. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off? Yeah, I guess so. Say, how about dinner? On me. Tonight.
Tonight.
Damn,
We're gonna have dinner with the chief, bro. Look at her.
Damn.
Damn.
On her, even.
Hell yeah. We're gonna, okay.
We'll drink a toast to innocent butts. Yeah.
Just look our Sunday
Oh,
best, I guess.
speaking of Harry, you were saying that part of why you became a lawyer was because of him. Yeah, part at least. You'll have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks? Damn!
She knows what she's doing. I
And
see
so,
that.
my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends."
And do you think Butts paid for that?
Fuck no, he didn't. Come on now. But I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay us, unless you count the clock he gave Mia.
Yep.
I didn't know it then, but that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident.
Yeah, so the clock does come into play later, with another case.
Am I promised to tell the chief about me and Larry? Would be Ron promised that I wouldn't be able to keep.
Oh no.
Oh no.
What's gonna happen? Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
And that is the first turnabout.
Fuck yeah, dude, that was a good time.
Yeah, that was great, right, Robert? Now, the other cases are a little bit longer, and they're in sections. And next time we do this, we're just going to do like one section to the end of the section and then move on, you know? So,
How long was that?
That was about an hour.
All right.
about an hour.
The first case is very short. Most of the other cases are longer than this.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'll be here. Shit.
Yeah.
This one horse town, right? Hells yeah, bros.
So the next case will be Turnabout Sisters. But yeah, that was the first case of Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. If that doesn't hook you, I don't know what will.
Feels like Forensic Files, New Detectives.
It does, right?
All of that, dude.
Yeah.
Oh man, it gets even deeper in the later games and everything.
I'm like watching a lot of weird stuff on Tubi, like some sort of fatal attraction stuff. But anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll talk about that other stuff here.
Exactly.
But I mean, yeah, you get into stuff like fingerprinting and ballistics, and all of that plays a role later on in the series.
Exactly. You know, infrared, looking for
Forensics.
blood and everything.
Yeah.
Like
Forensics wasn't really a huge thing until the 90s.
exactly.
Well,
exactly.
these games, incidentally, these games actually take place in, I believe, 2016 that the first game takes place.
Okay,
The game was released in 2001.
We have DNA.
But due to this is the next case.
Then we'll go ahead and
Was
Yeah.
our next best.
Yeah, so funny enough, the Ace Attorney games actually take place in the future.
exactly.
We gotta travel.
Time travel, bro. Time
Morty?
travel.
Morty?
We have to go back to the future, Marty.
We gotta go back to the future, Morty.
The effects, the consequences could be disastrous.
This could be chaotic. I don't
But anyway, Ash, what's going on with Collateral Gaming?
Well, we should have out our episode soon on Silent Hill 2 remake. That'll be part 2 of our review. In part 1, we kind of did a spoiler-free review, so in part 2 we'll get into full spoilers. We also have a 2-part review on Doom Out, with part 1 being our focusing on the 1993 game, and in part 2 we discussed the 2016 reboot. And then later this month, we should be doing a 2-part episode on Mario and Luigi Brothership. So if we can at least get the first part out by the end of the month, we're gravy. And then next month is going to be Zelda month. We're going to be covering Zelda Ocarina of Time in 2 parts. And we should have Mr. Dan Rockwood as a guest with us, as well as guests from the last video game podcast. So stay tuned for that, as well as our holiday content.
Excellent. And for Collateral Cinema, our Street Fighter 94 review with Cinema Recall and Film Rage is currently out. And also, very soon, we will have our Back to the Future episode out, which is just the 3 of us on that one.
Oh, fuck. I can't wait for that, guys.
Definitely, that's going to be awesome, right? Hell yeah. And in December, it's Bad Movie December. We're going to be joined by Frank and the Geek Freaks crew to talk about Neil Breen's Pass Through. That's our annual Neil Breen review. And we're also going to be doing Samurai Cop 1 and 2 in a single episode. Like, we're going to check out both of the movies, and we're going to give a full-on review of that. So look for that. And with Abyss Gazing from Victims and Villains,
Both have buttons.
we will be doing Terrifier 3 with them, which is going to be all kinds of awesome.
I believe that just came out for purchase and renting, so we should check that out.
And we're also going to be collabing with them on Abyss Gazing, and we're going to be talking about Black Christmas, the original from back in the day.
1973 or 4?
Yeah, we're doing the 70s. Yeah, we're doing the 70s one on that one. So yeah, look for that coming very soon. And Robert, you said that we're starting to get a little closer to a script for Texas Sundown 2, right?
Yeah, it's still a work in progress. You know how I work.
Exactly.
I'm a Stanley Kubrick guy. I make scenes at the time, right? I'm like, here, 4 pages. We're doing this scene, right?
Exactly, bro.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
So sort of, I don't know what's going to happen, but I can lead it to another cliffhanger that's going to be brilliant.
Awesome. Fucking awesome. Hell
And,
yeah.
Can't wait to see what happens.
Right on. Well, all right. I guess that's all that we're going to have for this episode of Phoenix Wright Wednesdays. We're going to be trying to release this every Wednesday, weekly.
So, yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun till we at least get through the first trilogy and everything.
Yeah.
So Robert, I definitely want you to join me on this. Join us on this journey through the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney franchise. I mean,
I feel good too because I just started writing this morning again.
Awesome. Hell yeah, dude.
So I'm like,
hell yeah.
It's kind of like a new alignment or something's happening. Something's happening.
That's what's up, man. That's
Get you some inspiration,
Exactly.
man.
Something's happening. I feel like I'm on a good path right now.
There's all sorts of wacky ways in which victims are killed in this franchise, and all sorts of kooky characters. So you can definitely find some inspiration for filmmaking.
Definitely, yeah. But I guess that's going to do it for Collateral Let's Play Phoenix Wright Wednesdays. Until next time, I'm Beau Maddox.
I'm Ashley Chancellor.
I'm Robert Ortegon.
And objection!
Sustain! I'm kidding.